Introduction: Discovering God's plan for your life is a journey of faith. It can be filled with joys, struggles, and moments of uncertainty. But if you are willing to explore the Bible and its teachings, you will be able to uncover the purpose God has for you. In this Bible study, we will explore various Bible passages to gain insight into the plan that God has for your life. We will look at stories from the Bible and discuss how they can help us understand God's purpose for us. We will also look at practical steps that we can take to put this purpose into action. God's purpose for each of us. God has a unique and specific purpose for each of us. We can discover this purpose by studying the Bible and looking for clues about what God has in store for us. In the Bible, God reveals His will for us in numerous ways. He speaks to us through His Word, and He also works in our lives to make His plans known. For example, in the book of Jeremiah, God says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Jeremiah 29 verse 11. This verse is a reminder that God has a plan for us, even when we may not understand it. Practical steps to follow. Once we have identified God's purpose for our lives, we must then take steps to put it into action. We can do this by prayerfully discerning God's will for us each day. We should also be open to new opportunities that arise, and be willing to take risks in order to pursue God's plan for us. Finally, it is important to stay focused on God's purpose for us, and not be distracted by the things of this world. One practical way to stay focused on God's purpose for us is to spend time in prayer and in His Word. We can ask God to reveal His will for us, and we can also read the Bible to gain insight into His plans and purposes. We should also make time to meditate on God's Word, and to listen for His still, small voice. Putting God's plan into action. Once we have identified God's plan for our lives and taken steps to put it into action, we can start to see the fruit of our efforts. As we pursue God's purpose for us, we will be able to experience more joy and satisfaction in our lives. We will also have the opportunity to serve others and to make a positive difference in the world. Finally, it is important to remember that God's plans for our lives do not always unfold in the way we expect. We may face obstacles, unexpected twists and turns, and even moments of disappointment. But if we continue to trust in God and to seek His will for us, we will eventually find our way back to the path He has for us. Conclusion: Discovering God's plan for our lives is a journey of faith. But if we are willing to explore the Bible and its teachings, we can uncover the purpose God has for us. By prayerfully discerning God's will for us each day, remaining open to new opportunities, and staying focused on God's purpose, we can put His plans into action and experience more joy and satisfaction in our lives. With God's help and guidance, we can fulfill the purpose He has for us and make a positive difference in the world.